Cole, 25 years into this thing. Almost.
Horrible human being.
Jesus just fell on our batteries, dude. Oh, my.
Really. And you do that, too. Like, sewing up and everything is all well and good, but just really horrible.
Michael, good guy. Wow. Michael Cole's good guy.
That's your opinion. Undertaker, of course, is going to be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm going to have the distinction of inducting him in the Hall of Fame.
Let's go!
You know, booking or not, you know. But, you know, you listen to your audience no matter where it's from, you know, but sometimes the internet audience, a portion of it, can be relatively biased and a bit harsh. No! So I don't listen to any of those.
Yeah.
None of them, you know. But again, everything you do is for your products, for your audience. This is, guys, you love this because it's for your audience. What wouldn't you do for the show for your audience?
Yes.
That's what we do, you know.
And I think...
Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to talk about Vince McMahon's appearance on the Pat McAfee show. Very good. I think the Brock Lesnar was way more entertaining though because, I don't know, it was just, I guess, more fun. Vince McMahon, not gonna lie, he is still fun, you know, it's still cool, and he's still funny as hell. It's great. Vince McMahon is still the fucking man. He's the true. Vince McMahon is definitely, and when it comes to being a boss, he is one of the most alpha male bosses out there. You know what I mean? Definitely way better, more of a fucking boss than Tony Khan. Sure, Vince McMahon, not as good as he used to be in terms of freaking putting on a good show, but he's still a man. He's still the man. He's, after all, the reason why WWE became mainstream, why wrestling became mainstream. So God bless Vince McMahon. He's fucking awesome, okay? He's still the fucking alpha male. Way more of an alpha male than Tony Khan would ever wish he is, or, I don't know, Tony Khan is just whatever, weirdo. And, you know, yeah, but, I mean, it was still fun to watch, you know, the show, you know, him being on. Definitely the Brock Lesnar one, I think, is more fun in a way, but we'll talk about it. I mean, we'll talk about this in general. It's just, I will say this, it's obvious because, like, Vince McMahon's old, you know, and he obviously had, like, like, you could tell that he was just speaking in monotone. It's, like, something he was doing in the past, like, whenever he's on with Austin Theory. Maybe that's just how unfortunate how he is nowadays, which is a darn shame, but whatever. So Vince McMahon arrived 23 minutes late. Hilarious. But then he told McAfee to refer to him as Vince. You know, and yeah, as he apparently, yeah, adding that he knows he calls him a lot of other things when he's off mic. McAfee said he doesn't do that, but many others do, and we're probably watching. I want to try to point out the big things here. Vince McMahon has asked that if he pays attention to when people say that he made wrestling better, and when others said that he made it what it once was. Vince says he avoids all of it. He says that the media will say that what they say and nothing, you can really change it. Basically, he says that, you know, like, basically he has, like, no matter what people say, you know, he can't let that freaking stop him, whatever, so that's something, you know. He also pointed out why, that he's asked that, like, if he doesn't like the product be described as wrestling. Vince said there's always wrestling, but he wanted to separate the company from everybody else. He wanted to basically, like, that's why he came up with the term sports entertainment, because that way it actually, you know, it sounds different and also sounds exciting. So here's what he said. He said, yeah, McMahon saying being a WWE superstar sounds better than a professional wrestler, mainly because, you know, it's when you're if you're just known as a pro wrestler, some people don't even give a shit about wrestling, right? But it's just also freaking calling yourself like pro wrestler. It's like, oh, okay, like, okay, that's whatever. But when you're calling yourself a WWE superstar, it's like more of a celebrity thing. It's like, oh, what's that? That's really interesting. It actually is more exciting that way, and that's why OC's listed as sports entertainment. Even though, like, pro wrestling is sports entertainment. It always has been or whatever. He says creating stars is a team effort between the talent and company together, which is kind of true, you know. During COVID, McMahon says he was determined to not miss the beats, credit the performance of the company's ability to do that, basically trying to entertain people. He says the portion, but here's the main thing. He says a portion of the audience can be biased, a bit harsh, so he doesn't listen to them. And I mean, do I blame it? Yeah, basically it's the main thing. Like, basically Vince McMahon knows that these smarky fans, that they can be biased and also freaking say stupid shit. That in a way they're trying to either ruin the company or just want stupid shit to happen for the sake of entertaining them instead of like majority of a lot of people. So they always get their hopes up. So, you know, you can't really blame him for being like saying that. So that's a good thing. He knows that basically Smarks are dumb. So he prefers being behind the camera than playing a character on TV nowadays because to make sure everything goes well, which you can't really blame him for that. But he's needed on television, you know, to be entertaining. So he says that the actor was so much fun, like the Wild West. Which is what wrestling needs to be more, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to be more like that. This man says he loves live TV, and there's nothing can go wrong if the audience doesn't know if what's supposed to happen. Very true. Very good guy, you know, speaking some truth, you know. Basically, McMahon kept speaking the fucking truth. He says that there isn't anywhere he can't do business, and they had a presence in Saudi Arabia for years. He said people love Western culture everywhere, but not Western politics. He said people are people and cultures are cultures, and you have to respect that. Basically, in response to how when he was asked about how, you know, changing Saudi Arabia, basically like, you know, just I guess in a way he takes like not doesn't credit of a change of culture, but basically kind of in a way just making influence and making people kind of care about WWE and shit like that. So. He's asked about the releases. He says he always thinking about the audience, what is best for business. It's not personal, it's business, and does what the audience wants. Even though again, there's gonna be Smarks gonna be angry about this because you're firing my favorite Smarky wrestler and shit. Well, if they were drawing viewership, then maybe they'll keep them, you fucking idiots, you know? You have to understand. You know? Well, drawing audience, like, it includes the audience, and that's what's best for business, if anything, you know? He said he enjoys confrontation. This is after when he mentioned when it was mentioned WCW, TNA, and now AEW. I'm not afraid of it. I release shit. Yeah. I mean, he's not afraid. The thing is, he's not even afraid of AEW, let's be honest here. He's really not afraid. Okay? If he was really afraid of AEW, like, well, what? Come on here. Why is he afraid? Why would he be afraid about Tony Khan? Okay? Seriously, they don't shit. Whatever. He said he'll also induct Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. Good stuff. And also the main thing, I think that was the most funniest, is that he said he said Michael Cole is a terrible human being. Fucking hilarious, man. Hilarious. You know, fucking... What did that tell you? And people think that he was doing it hyperbole. I honestly believe he hates Michael Cole. And can you really blame him? Can you really blame Vince McMahon not liking Michael Cole? Which also goes to the question why he still has him. But, my God, isn't he, Vince McMahon's the fucking man, you know? Because he knows that Michael Cole is fucking a stooge. God bless him. I love it. I love that he fucking said it. It's the fucking truth. I hate Michael Cole, and you know what? He agrees with us, I guess. I guess he just has him because sadly he's like one of the only voices left in WWE that actually sounds like a wrestling commentator because he's like familiar to us. But just like, fuck. He is, you could tell he's probably a terrible human being. God damn. But then Pat McAfee says, like, you know, it's not really a bad human being. Then it's like, oh, yes, your opinion. You may be joking, but honestly, there's gotta be a part of Vince McMahon that doesn't like Michael Cole. Come on, part of us doesn't like Michael Cole, because Michael Cole's like, oh, yeah, hi, hello, Vince, yeah, hi, Jack Swagger's smoking weed there, yeah, hi, testing, 1, 2, 3, yeah, hi. Vince, hello, can I commentate this show, please? Shut up. I can't really blame Vince McMahon. Goddamn, Vince McMahon's the fucking man. Is there things that he said that are, like, questionable? Sure. You know, but the thing is, like, at the end of the day, you know, whatever makes sense for him for being an old man, you know? So, overall, Vince McMahon's still the man, you know? Even though he's not as good as he used to, he's fucking cool and badass, and you can't really complain about him. You know, he's basically just fucking... He's a great boss, in a way, I could tell, you know? He's great to his employees and shit, tries to be good people, you know? It's just what he does, it's best for the company. You can't really complain. Again, you have to understand WWE is a business, you know? They're a product that they're supposed to be a business. It's not supposed to be some charity event. It's not supposed to be, they're a business first, okay? Their business to entertain people. That's why they're a business, and that's why they release people. Because for God's sake, if they're not doing much to entertain the people, and sure, they'll have that people in the audience. But again, those are people who are biased to a sort of fandom, which is smarkiness. You know, they're biased to their indie bullshit. And that's why those people get fired, because, again, that don't draw them. And even though, like, why hire them in the first place, but then Vince McMahon, I guess, slowly opening, understanding, you know, to find these people is important, because you need to entertain your show. There's definitely more people to fire, though, so overall, I think Vince McMahon, you know, is right about his budget cuts. Also, freaking, what else? You know, the co-competition shit, he's not really afraid. Because, like, if he's really afraid, like, why the fuck, like, you know, he would be doing, like, all the, I don't know, he would try to fucking be improving, I guess, more, whatever. Right, in terms of Saudi Arabia relationship. You know, he even talked about his childhood, how, you know, I didn't like the, you know, he wasn't really a big person in terms of school, like, in terms of, like, liking school, whatever, but then he ends up being, like, you know, successful, like, he, you know, learned to become successful, you know, good for him, you know, good for him, good man, you know, he's relatable, you know, I can say he's relatable, it's just, he's relatable in terms of now he's a businessman, you know, came from nothing, you know, even though he had a, you know, father that was rich, but, like, apparently he didn't have a lot anyways, but, like, he actually ended up being, like, you know, transformed a global phenomenon, you know, that's freaking good, you know, hard-working man, and freaking Vince McMahon says he overtrains and shit, you know, good, like, what about, like, you know, and he knows that's not good, but, you know, and he doesn't even sleep, the guy's good, I'm sorry, like, this guy's, there's nothing much to say, like, sure, we can hate, we cannot like Vince McMahon currently as a booker, but for God's sakes, you can't deny that Vince McMahon, he still has a brain. Even though it's not like, but the thing is, like, he has more brain than a lot of these fans, these AEW fans, or these fucking Smarky fans, okay? He still knows best for business, even though, like, he's not putting much effort in terms of making a better show. I guess that's because he just doesn't want to put that much effort, because there's no really need to, I guess, sadly, which, it sucks, but that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, you know, like, the guy is still a good guy. Like, people just saying he's evil because, you know, it's just anti-McMahon type of bullshit. That's all. You know, it's like pathetic. You know, why hate McMahon for? You know, he's a good man. He's a good businessman. He's a family man. And for God's sakes, he's a workaholic, man. He just wants to fucking make sure, like, you know, yeah, can't really complain. So I think it's pretty cool. And plus, he hates Michael Cole. God bless him. You know, that's the best part of it. All right, let's say people drink close magnets and make bitches go shitos and get them gains. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Get them gains like McMahon. Fucking awesome. Overtrained motherfuckers.